Hello guys, hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Vinod Kumar, retail investor based in UK. The purpose of the video is to help the other retail investors out. Uh, Today we're going to talk about stock Twitter, ticker TWTR. I do already hold Twitter stock. I'm a investor in this company. And the purpose of this video, as I said, to help in other retail investors to make a decision if they want to invest in Twitter. So I'm going to share some of the content which I already prepared for you guys. So let's get to it. So quickly, as you guys can see, that's me on the top right. So the stock is currently trading at 29.64, and the stock was down this morning around 28. 28 is a magic number according to me. I'll tell you why in 2 minutes. And also, as I said, I would share my positions, what I hold with this company, and my reason for investing in Twitter, and 3 top reasons there are, and I would share that with you guys also in next 4 minutes. So Twitter was at 28 this morning. There's quite a lot of buy volume because of the magic number 28. I'll tell you in a minute. And then as you guys can see, it's rebounded almost like $2 today itself. So you need to be ready to invest if you have any spare cash after this. So let's look at the 3 months trend. So as you guys can see that on on the early April, the stock was down at around $22. And then it had quite a good run till 8th of June, around 36, which was almost like an 80% run in 3 months. Most of the tech stock did run, because a lot of buying opportunities from institutions as well as retail at lower levels. That was one of the key driver for the stock to run up. And then the stock kind of took a hit from that 36 level to 28 this morning, 40 odd percent. Primarily 2 reasons. One is fact checking Trump tweets, which didn't go well. So that was the initial trigger. And then a lot of other companies who are boycotting Twitter ads. I think this is momentary or short term, in my view. The reason is, again, if let's say if you're an advertiser of a and you want to advertise in such, let's say Facebook or Twitter, and who are your consumers? I think, and also you need to look at the economic situation. Are people ready to buy products back of your ads? So answer is no. So to cover that, I think a lot of companies are saying we don't want to advertise, but eventually companies, if you want to grow, they want to advertise and they would come back to this platform. So the stock would go and revenues will be high. So the 28 is a key level because it's a trend line and a support line. So keep an eye out for this. If it holds this, I think it's going to go to the next level. I'll tell you what those levels are. I think if you look at a year chart for Twitter, just to get a perspective of how it's done. So as you can see, it's quite of a wild ride, and there are reasons behind it. So previously it was at 44 on September 2019, and then it took a massive dive. 2 reasons. One is revenue was down, or the Q3 2019 was really bad, as well as daily active users were low. From there on, it picked up. The revenues were higher, and then user growth was better in the next quarter. So the stock had run up to 38. Since then, illness hit every other stock in the stock market went down. Similarly, Twitter went down to 21. From there on, as we just spoke, it ran up to 36. And we know why the other 2 reasons which we spoke about, it's at 28 now. So as you see, the trend line 28 is a key one. So, and I see quite a lot of buying volume this morning. So keep an eye out for that level if you're interested in this stock. So before, let us see what's the market cap currently. It's around 23 billion. As I said, this morning it was like 21. As I said, people are buying into it, so it's already 2 billion. But I think at the height of last year, so if you look at a reasonable trend line, it was trading around 36 billion market cap, and it's down like 40%. I think fundamentally the company outlook did not change. I think unless the illness hit, as well as Trump, let's say, fact checking issues. Okay, so quickly let's jump on to I think how they performed in the last 2 quarters. So let's quickly look at it. So as I said, like one of the downtrends we've seen is because of the Q3, Q4, 2019, Q1 is beat, so the stock was up. I think Q2 consensus are quite low, so they should easily meet that. But again, there may be a surprise high, which will move the stock higher. Okay, let's look at what I hold with Twitter quickly. So I'm invested, as I said, in Twitter company. I hold 206 stocks. First, initially, I invested in July 2018. So that's going back almost, 20 months now, approximately. The last trade was April 21. I think I bought some more, I think on 21 levels, for example. I've done 5 trades so far with Twitter, always a buy, long-term investor with Twitter now. So I've invested around 5,500 pounds, which is roughly $7,000 in dollar terms. As I said, I hold 206 stocks. So the 3 reasons why I'm invested in it, you can make your own call. One is CEO Jack Dorsey, amazing CEO. The way he's running Square as well as Twitter is amazing. And again, I do hold Square stock, so I can make another video if you're interested on it. I think it's run up like 150% in the last 3 months. And that's one of the reasons. The way Jack runs the company is a good CEO and a good leader to run the company. The second reason is using Hyperchart, amazing website. Have a look at those. There is something called as cash. During this illness, as you guys know, that cash is king, and Twitter has loads of cash. So they have a cash balance of around 7.6 billion. This is quite a lot compared to any other, cruise or airlines or any other companies currently. So it's a safe investment because they're not going to run out of money, and you can sleep peacefully in the night. So they have cash. That's second reason why I'm invested in it. Being a retail investor, I think when we get news from CNBC or other newspapers or other media websites, it's quite late in terms of getting onto party, in terms of joining a stock which would have run up and then we would have buying at a higher level. But this one, I can give you an insight. One of the metrics I follow is looking at what the institutional investors are currently doing. So I'm quickly going to go into CNBC, going to show you quick metrics, which I think if you're managing any other stocks in your portfolio, have a look at this. I think it's quite a lot of interesting data, which shows as a retail investor what the other big boys are doing in terms of if they're buying, they're selling, or they're holding on to it. So quickly, let's jump into ownership. I think this is a key metric which I follow or look for all of my investments. So let's look at it as soon as it loads. CNBC, as always, it's slow and temperamental. So, okay. So the quick metrics, what I wanted to show you guys, and there are like top institutions, they manage around like 76% of whatever outstanding stocks. If you look at the top 10 guys who hold this stock and the key metrics, the percentage of total holdings, if there's increase or decrease, are they buying, are they selling, are they holding on to it? As you guys can see it, I think they're all loading onto the new shares if they are sold. So there's incremental of stocks in terms of their position value, the number of shares they held. So those are the 3 metrics why I'm invested in Twitter. And as I said, like what's next for the stock, key thing, 28 as a support level, keep an eye out for it. And if it goes down, possibly I would add more, because this is a stock where I'm not in for like 1 or 2 months. I think this is a long-term horizon. If you look at any of the bigger tech stocks, I think they do well. I think Twitter is just waiting for its Zoom moment where it can take off. Because I think when initially it was IPO'd and it went up to 60, and I think it's not tested. So even if you're invested for 3 to 5 years, even if it's 60, you're talking about 100% return on investment. That's quite good. That's like 20% annually. So for 5 years, right? So yeah, my immediate targets are retesting the 38, probably time horizon is like 4 to 5 months. And then eventually it's going to go up to 45. And again, it's good to buy on dips. That way you average it in cost. My cost base is around, I think around 27. I think currently it's trading. So again, if you want an upside of say 60% in a year and a half, and sleep peacefully in the night, not worrying about company, how it's going to do, Twitter is a stock for you. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing what trades I make. So I think if I'm preaching something, I will follow also as I should. So if you like this video, do subscribe to my channel. That shows that other people are watching the video on the amount of time I'm spending on creating this, as well as like if you like the content, what I shared. And also comment on any of the stocks which you guys hold, or even if you hold Twitter in terms of you're buying or selling or you're confused, comment on the video. As well as you can see on the top here, these are the stocks I own. And again, as you guys can see, Tesla is at all-time high, again 1082. My major position is in Tesla, and sitting on a lot of profit. I would make a video, just ping me, or you can't ping me, comment on the YouTube video. That way I would create a video on that and share my positions, as well as any of these video, any of the stocks what you see here. I hope, and again, this video has been helpful for you. Please do like and subscribe. That way I can create more content. Thank you very much for spending your last 6 minutes with me. Hope this has been helpful, and take care. Bye-bye.